Today, I want to talk about good women. Mm, 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 mm. You see, in life, good women are scarce. A good woman is a rare woman amongst women these days. They know how to read men's hearts, silently share men's worries, reduce the pressure in men's lives, and make men's lives no longer lonely. She lets the man's heart no longer be bored. A good woman understands the man. She also brings positive influence into the man's life. See, women, listen. The sooner we realize that men are like grass and we, as women, we are like water, that's when we would understand that we are the water that nourishes the grass. We nourish our men. And the good ones, I mean. And who is a good woman? A good woman is one who can also take care of her man's feelings, and such a woman is scarce. And this invariably makes men remember her even when she's long gone. Now, you've probably heard men and even women say that, oh, there are many fishes in the river, there are many fishes in the seas. They usually use this to mean that you're not the only girl or you're not the only guy in the world. And so if you go, they can easily get another one. But then again, I can categorically state that there are certain people who are unforgettable. No matter how much you try to lump them together with others, they just stand out. And this doesn't just happen by chance. These people are simply unique. Their act and the way they carry themselves make them stand out from the bunch. So, how can you be that woman that a man will never forget? That's what we're talking about today. And I would say that you just have to be an unforgettable woman if you don't want to be forgotten by any man. And this is how to achieve it. Number one, be a woman who cultivates both inside and outside. In fact, the woman that men never forget is oftentimes a woman who is beautiful both inside and outside. She not only has an attractive external beauty, but she also has an inner beauty that makes men admire her. Such a woman is scarce, and men will never forget to value her. I see a lot of beautiful women, very attractive, but the character is bad. When a man sits and tells you what he goes through in the hands of that woman who looks beautiful and looks unassuming, you will be shocked. She's attractive. She's got all the right curves, the junk in the trunk, just like some men love or most men love these days. But the wahala that she brings, the issues that she brings home is terrible. The way she nags the man, is nothing to write home about. The man would rather go and stay outside or sleep on top of the roof, like the Bible says, than to live with her. So if you're a woman who your external is attractive and your character is attractive, you're likely not going to be forgotten anytime soon. Secondly, if you want to be a woman that is unforgettable by men, be independent. By being independent, you're telling him that your life is not hinged on him, but on the world that you are creating for yourself. He's only being invited after meeting your criteria of the kind of man that you're willing to give the time of day to. But then again, we need to realize that there is a thin line between being independent and making a man feel unwanted. And that's not what we're doing. And if you know how to balance it all, you'll be the kind of woman that he will never forget. A boss lady who has her own life all put together, her own friends, who is making things happen in her world. She's making her own money and has her goals. This kind of woman will always be attractive to a real man. Listen, men are drawn. They are always drawn to women who don't need a man to survive, but she also enjoys and wants him around. If only you learn how to strike a balance with being independent and having him in your world, it will make you so unforgettable. An unforgettable woman you would be. The third way to become a woman that he can't forget is by demanding respect and love that you know you truly deserve. Because forget anyone who would tell you to not demand for how you want to be treated by a man. If not, he will think that you're needy. My darling, that's bullshit. That will only get you settling for less than you truly deserve. And trust me, you're more likely to be dumped if you do not show him how you want to be treated, or if you do not tell him how you want to be treated. A woman who knows what she wants and is not ready to settle for less is always attractive. And that kind of woman does not stay long in an abusive relationship or in any type of relationship that does not protect her peace of mind or the sanctity of her mind. So you're more likely to be unforgettable when you're the kind of woman who doesn't accept a lack of commitment from a man who wants you. Mhm. A woman who demands to be respected and loved will be respected and loved. And that's a fact. If you do not demand it, he will not give it to you unless he sees you as a woman who is respectable and should be loved. A woman who is a pushover, who doesn't have boundaries, is a woman who is easier to forget because she knows not her worth well enough to protect herself or put herself first. And you'll always be treaded upon by such men. Number four, a woman who pursues only when she is pursued is a woman that every man remembers, even when she's long gone to being with another man who sees her worth right from the get go. Ladies, know this and know peace that men will always respect a woman who loves and respects herself enough not to pursue a man who isn't chasing her in the first place. So if you're the type of woman who sits by the phone waiting for him to reach out, or you're the type who is clingy and always around him, you will be easy to replace, my darling. But when they see that you're only ready to run a mile for someone who has done the same for you, you leave a mark in their hearts. And then the fifth way to remain unforgettable to any man is to be a woman who he can count on. See, most of us are not reliable in our normal relationships, much less our love relationships. Let's be honest. Now, don't get it twisted. Nobody likes being around an unreliable person, but you're more likely to leave an indelible mark when you're a woman he can count on. Your yes is yes, your no is no. And sometimes an independent woman is one who has the right connections or the right knowledge that can help him. She's the kind of woman who speaks the right words to him when he's down and even shows him tough love when he needs it. That kind of woman is a woman he will never forget. The truth is, men only remember women who are useful to them. And I am not talking about useful in the bedroom. Any woman can do that. Now, he's about to give a presentation. He lets you proofread his slides. Can you see his mistakes? Can you correct it? Can he go to bed knowing that you know the ropes of his new business? How useful are you to him? If you're useful to a guy, he will never forget you. Trust me on that one. Number six, men don't forget a confident woman and how she carries herself in the room. A confident woman is one who thinks like a queen. She's not afraid to fail. And no one makes her feel inferior without her permission, without her consent. Confidence is always attractive, any day, anytime. A woman who is confident will always stand out amongst every other woman who lacks self-esteem. So when you always walk with your head held up high, remembering that you're special. You're a special breed. You're a special kind of woman. And there is no other person like you. It will reflect in the way that you speak, in the way that you walk and talk. And trust me, it doesn't skip the eyes of any man that has his eyes pegged on you. Would like to lie. Number seven, men aren't quick to forget a woman who was warm, kind, and respectful to him. Listen, I know as a woman, a lot of us fall into the trap of believing that being strong means being rude to men, especially if you have been hurt by certain men in your life. Please, listen, before you get into any relationship with another person, make sure that you've healed before considering being in another relationship so that you don't miss out on great people because of your pain. But beyond that, if you want to be a woman of character, you have to be a woman with warmth who shows kindness and respect to everybody around her, irrespective of their status quo, their age, their race, or religion. No one forgets a woman like that. No one forgets a kind person, men inclusive. All right. Number eight, a woman who manages her house well is a woman that is not forgettable by any man in any way. In life, if a woman can't live her own life well, she blames others every day. She runs away from her own responsibility, or she's addicted to bad habits and she's, basically being dominated by bad habits. When men associate with such type of women, they often feel that woman would be difficult to marry, going home to leave it. And they will oftentimes keep a distance from such kind of woman. So what men really like in their hearts is often a woman who manages the house properly. Most of these women are relatively independent. They're intelligent and they're full of a sense of responsibility. They're full of positive influences. Men and women like this will make life easier for any person. For example, women who know how to be diligent and thrifty in housekeeping are more pragmatic. They can manage housework. They can take care of their husbands and children. And they know how to manage money and control consumption. So if a man entrusts his money to this type of woman for safekeeping, the woman oftentimes will have more money every year for the home or for herself. And for this, the man is often satisfied from the bottom of his heart. A man will think that such a woman is very suitable to marry, and he will naturally attach importance to that woman from the bottom of his heart. And this kind of woman remains unforgettable to every kind of woman, to every kind of man who has a right head on his shoulders. Number nine, men don't forget women who are positive. People will always prefer to be around a woman who's got a positive outlook on life than a woman who is fully negative. So if you want to be a woman that he will never forget, you would have to be his peace and safe place. You would have to be his safe haven. So after facing all the stress of the world outside, he should be able to come to you to get some level of positivity that would inspire him to keep pushing on in life. If you're not that type of woman, you will be easily replaced. You'll be easily replaced if he doesn't find that in you. And to be this kind of woman, you need to have internal peace yourself. You can't give what you don't have. So work on being at peace with yourself. Only then can you radiate peace around people. Number 10, a woman who loves without holding back is an unforgettable woman, especially when she's gone from a man who took her for granted. An unforgettable woman is one who loves hard. Let her ring, let her sit. But bear in mind that she doesn't just give herself too easily to anyone, but once it is given, once her love is given, she gives it all. She's the kind who gives everything on her part to make her relationship work without regrets. But she's also not one to tolerate being mistreated in the name of love. She has no problem withdrawing her love from a man who doesn't even appreciate or reciprocate her love. She has no problem walking away. Okay? Men don't forget those sort of women. Number 11, if you want to be a woman that's unforgettable by a man, then be that woman who can compromise when necessary. Because a woman who understands that she's in a relationship and so she has to meet her partner halfway is hard to forget. Okay? It's not all the time that you have to let the man just do everything. Find a way to compromise with him. Find a way to compromise even in terms of apologizing when there is issue. It's not every time that he has to be apologizing. Sometimes you play the fool and be the bigger person, take the highway and apologize so that peace will reign. Okay? So these are the type of women that would always remain unforgettable in the hearts of men, even in the hearts of men that took them for granted and they left to be with another person. They will remain unforgettable. So be this type of woman. it will always pay you at the end of the day. So this is where we end. Until I come your way, when I come your way, do know that I love you and God loves you best. Mwah.